You got any question for me? This is the right place. Welcome to a new episode of Shooting Answers. Good afternoon and welcome to a new episode. Alright, during the past week I gathered some questions that you guys asked me underneath my pictures that I publish on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. By the way, you gotta follow me, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, as I said, yes, TikTok, subscribe on my YouTube channel. So not only you can interact with me asking me questions, but you can follow me through my journeys. But we were here for some questions. Actually, I already have the questions. You are here for some answers, I guess. So let's start. Eric is asking me, have you ever been in danger? Yes and no. Now, every year we get a training where they tell us what to do just in case we get too close to a danger situation, what to do, what not to do. First of all, the first thing that they tell us is respect the animals, respect the wildlife, respect the nature. Wherever we go, it's not our house, it's their habitat. And because of that, we gotta respect it. If you don't bother the animals, 99% of the time, the animals won't bother you. Sometimes, and it happened, and if you check some specific videos in Behind the Lens playlist here in my YouTube channel, you can see that I've been in very close encounters with some animals. Was it dangerous? I will say no, because I'm here and I'm able to tell you the stories, but it's been some situations where it almost got very close to. But again, you don't bother them, they don't bother you. So when we travel in specific places, there are some rules. When you go in national parks, they tell you stay certain amount of yards away from bears, wolves, pretty much any wildlife, buffaloes, bisons. So we do respect that, and that's why we always carry longer lens, because you cannot get that close to the lion. Sometimes you need that the lion gets close to you through the lens. So I will say, Eric, I've never been in dangers. I've been in a very close to danger situation, always solved in a good way. Never run away. Never do weird movements, because you don't know how the animal in front of you will react. I've been in a situation where a female bear was sitting right next to me. I've been in a situation where a fox not only tried to attack me, but at some point she crossed through my legs. I've been in Africa where I had the chance to sit and play with gorillas, where the gorillas came and actually the baby sat on my lap, on my legs, play with my shoes. Of course, we are not allowed to touch the animals, but they are, as I said, in their habitat, so they are allowed to touch us. Try not to do anything crazy that they might scare them, because you don't know the moment that they are scared, if they are going to attack you, they are going to run away, or who knows. So I believe I can tell you, Eric, I've never been in a danger situation. I've been very close a few times, but thank God I'm still here and I'm able to tell you these stories. Let's move forward. Let's go with the second question. Joseph is asking me, what is the picture that you wish it could be yours? Wow. What is the pictures that I wish it could be mine? Joseph, well, you know the quote that the neighbor's grass is always greener. I'm very picky in my pictures. And if I don't like it first, I will never post it. So I spend hours on Instagram overall. Yes, YouTube, Google. I spend hours looking for other photographers' pictures. Not because I want to copy them, but because I want to understand how did they do this picture, what kind of lens, what kind of corner perspective they used. And usually, because I'm very picky, I find out that other photographers' pictures kind of look better than mine, which is not particularly true. It's just that I want more. I want to do better, and I want to do better. So, a picture that I wish it could be mine, I do have a photographer that I'm in love with his works, and that is kind of my mentor, a photographer that I follow his journeys since the beginning of my journeys, so 15 years. His name is Thomas Mangelsen, and I do love his works, and he has a picture that sooner or later I will buy from him because I want to put it in my living room. The Grand Teton mountains, a lake, reflection of the Grand Teton on the lake, and there is this moose that is just sipping some water in the lake. By the way, I gotta tell you this, I'm in love with moose. And the more I'm in love with that animal, and the less so far I've been able to get the picture that I would love to get. I'm chasing these mooses, Rocky Mountains National Park, Alaska, Yellowstone and Grand Teton, but for different reasons I have thousands of pictures, but I don't have what I would like to call I got the moose picture. Because of that specific picture that I was talking about Thomas Mangelsen, it's just perfect. The moose is in the water is not kind of moving, so you have an almost perfect reflection of this mountain. I'm in love with that picture. That's a kind of picture that I say every time I look at it, I say, wow, I wish it could be mine. You know when you listen to a song that you're like, oh, that guy just said exactly the words that I wish I could say. That is the picture. So far, but don't take me wrong. When I look at other photographers, they have the perfect squirrel or the perfect prairie dog that is smelling the flower, the perfect bald eagle that is flying, almost ready to catch the fish in the water. There are so many amazing, beautiful, and incredible pictures out there that right now, if you ask me right now, like, give me an answer, don't think too much. Joseph, I'm telling you, the picture that I wish it could be mine, it's that picture of the moose in the water that Thomas Mangelsen has been able to capture in the Grand Teton National Park with the reflection of the mountain, but overall, the moose drinking in the water. Ready for the next question? All right, Matt. Matt is asking me, what is your biggest dream in relation with photography? what is my biggest dream? Now, I should say, I wish I can be famous. I wish I had $1 million. But we're talking about relation to photography. Well, whoever knows me well, my closest friends, my family, they all know that I have one dream that didn't come true yet. I say yet because I am working very hard to reach that dream, and I'm working very hard to make that dream come true. I know it's just about time. So, Matt, I would like to open gallery, an art gallery with, of course, my pictures. And the reason why I didn't open it yet is because I do live in Florida. The kind of picture that you can see on my website or on my social medias. Follow me, subscribe to my channel. All the pictures that you can see, 99% have been taken in the desert, where the mountains, lake, river, not kind of Florida weather, not kind of Florida scenery, no oceans, waves. Yes, sunrise or sunsets, but not on the beach. So right now I do own a photo studio here in Florida. It's really hard for me to take a month or 2 months and move out of state looking for the perfect location. Not now, looking for the perfect location to open this gallery. It's gonna happen. Stay tuned, because it's gonna happen and you guys are gonna be the first one to know that. But Matt, my biggest dream in relation with photography is, yes, to open an art gallery where I can not only display and of course try to sell my art, but a place where I can have kind of meet and greet and have these kind of conversation more often. I also already do photography workshops, but I know that if I will have a physical location where people can come in, fall in love with my pictures, and then sign up for my photography workshop, will be a little bit easier. So definitely I can tell you my dream didn't come true yet, but my dream to come is opening a art gallery somewhere. Ready for the next one? Matt, I hope you are satisfied with this answer. Actually, the last question of the day, Claudia, how many lenses do you have? Claudia, I never count them, but we can count them together. So I do have the 1DX Mark II body. I actually have two of them. I also have two 7D, all Canon 7D Mark II. So those are four bodies that they always travel with me. And then let's start from the widest one. I do have the fisheye, which is 8mm, so it's a very, very wide fisheye. I do have the 11-24 Canon, very wide for landscape, the best lens ever. I do have the 24-70. I do have the 16-35, which I barely use. Probably I took not more than 100 clicks with that lens. I have the 24-105, which is the same lens that I'm using right now to recorder. I do have the 70-200, probably the most used lens that I have in my equipment, not one but two carry-ons. I do have the 120-300 that is not Canon but Sigma, which I use a lot. I use a lot, but not as much as the 7200 probably. I have the 400, which in wildlife overall, it's the one that I use, maybe use the most, but I also have the 600. So it depends where the wildlife is. I might use a zoom, 200 to 400, or I might use the 600. So, all right, I put them in the list, but now I didn't count them. So let's go back. We said the fisheye, we said the 1124, we said the 2470, 24105, 1635, 7200, 12300. I do have the 200, 400, 600. So we are 9 so far. I'm pretty sure I'm missing at least one, but right now I can picture. Of course, I do have the flash, but yes, let's say between 9 and 10 plus at least 10 batteries. I have the bodies, as we said. I have the remote control for the long exposure pictures. But I think, yes, between 9 and 10 lenses, very heavy when you hike, but that's part of the game. Do I always carry everything with me? I definitely travel with all of them, but depending what kind of pictures I'm taking for that specific moment, situation, I might just leave some of them on the minivan or in the hotel, and I might just carry what I think is essential. I mentioned before, I hiked the impenetrable forest in Uganda. I knew that I wouldn't need all 9 lenses, so even if I had everything with me, I did carry in the backpack while we were hiking the impenetrable forest. I actually carried probably only 3, 4, but even for that more specific situation, you can actually follow my video behind the lens when I'm talking about the experience that I had with the primates, with the gorillas in Uganda. Claudia, 9 on 10, it's my kind of final answer of how many lenses I have. For today is everything. Thank you so much for following me through my journeys. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me, Facebook, Instagram. I already said it 3, 4 times. So for today is everything. Thank you for being here. This episode of Shooting Answer is over.